Hello. So in continuation to my the previous session, let's understand. I somehow got disconnected, so you can watch that session. Okay. So what I was telling was, I was on explanatory research. I'll explain it again. What is explanatory research? It attempts to answer how and why between two aspects of a situation. So if you remember the question, let's go to the question and read it once again. The question was study of why. So when I'm understanding the word why, when I am able to recollect that what is why, in which research we are studying why, so we could have easily solved the question. So here the correct answer is explanatory, because explanatory research attempts to answer how and why between two aspects of a situation. So here which are stressful living and heart attacks, why examination related stress lead to rote learning, why and how stress leads to a heart disease. Okay, so it's just explain how and why. It is not solving, it is just explaining. Now what is exploratory research? Now what happens when we are preparing our or designing or drafting our research proposal, we fail to understand that which type of research design is used. So very randomly, what I mean by randomly, in English the word random is different, in research the word random is different. अब यहाँ पर मेरा कहने का मतलब है हम कैजुअली वर्ड यूज कर लेते हैं एक्सप्लोरेटिव, वी डोंट इवन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज एक्सप्लोरेटिव रिसर्च. So when is exploratory research done? It is generally done at the beginning, okay, when we are not very clear about the topic or very less research has been done. So what is exploratory research? It is generally done in the beginning of research. So just remember the keyword beginning. It is undertaking to explore an area where little is known or to investigate the possibilities of undertaking a particular research study, and is keen to feasibility study or pilot study. It is just like a pilot study they're saying, because when we are studying about a new topic, now see, now we are all very well versed with the technology, or we are maybe AI or chat GPT. Maybe we just understand chat gpt very I'll say it is on a very infancy state for us, but there's a very if you check the internet, in India, maybe we have come to know about this last year, but there were people who are using it from quite a long time. So if you're planning any study, suppose on AI, so we should understand that whether the concept has been understood by everybody or it is just in the infancy stage. Okay. So whenever a topic is very new, we don't know, suppose you are working on startups, or maybe you are understanding the implementation challenges of new education policy, which will be very at present it is in, we don't even know that what are the challenges, or probably gradually we are understanding. So any topic which is very new, it will be always we always have to go for exploratory study, because it is very difficult to understand a new topic. Okay, so it is cause and effect finding research. It seeks to uncover cause and effect relationships. We don't know what we are doing, but it is doing for the first time, so that is called as exploratory research. So whenever you are writing a research proposal or drafting a research proposal, understand, if you are from commerce background, generally it is be a descriptive research. When you're going to use exploratory research, when you are doing research on a relatively new topic. Now what is new topic? See, generally we always assume that our topic is new, but it is not so. Okay, you are working on startups, you are working on something called as sustainable vehicles. Okay, so maybe I'm not aware about sustainable vehicles, but there are people who have been using sustainable vehicles from the past lot many years. Okay, so understand, respect this, and design your all I say, understand the research design very carefully, because even a single mistake on your part may get you rejected for your PhD interview. Okay, then we don't understand that why we are getting rejected. So what is correlational research? Where we are trying to discover established relationship, but we are not explaining what the cause, because the cause is not explained. Then we have seen what is explanatory research. We are just answering the how and why, and descriptive research is just what is and what else. So when you are clear with the concepts, okay, then it becomes very easier to qualify net examination. I repeat, net set is not a RETA examination. You need to understand the concepts to qualify. Why we don't qualify? Because what happens is we fail to understand, or we fail to study. Now here what I'm trying to teach you, or I'll say what I'm trying to explain you, मैं आपका सिर्फ अप्रोच बदल रही हूँ. I know it is very difficult. I daily get messages, ma'am, that it is very difficult to qualify net examination. I may have to quit teaching because I'm not able to qualify. There are people who are not able to qualify from the past 10 years. Trust me, if I can qualify, you can also. The only thing is how you study, how much time you're devoting. See, I'm a teacher by passion. Okay, I'm teacher by choice. So that also matters, how much you are devoting yourself. Maybe you have another business, maybe you have another setup, maybe you are working somewhere else as well. So I don't understand that how much time you'll be able to devote to NetSet. And don't crib, because we all know if you want to be teaching in India, we need the qualification of net examination. So just stay positive. Okay, never feel jealous that someone has qualified in the first attempt and I'm not able to qualify, because we all have our own responsibilities, our priorities, and we all understand that how much we are able to give to our studies. Another thing, it is my humble request to all of you. I'll say humble request with folded hands, that once you qualify net set, don't start flaunting it as an attitude. Okay, it is just a qualification. And if you I what I don't know what to say, but yes, I would like to say that I have been mentored by people who are very humble, they're down to earth, and who have always supported me, and they've always treated me equal. So what I've learned from them is, आपके पास कितनी भी qualifications हो, ये मैटर नहीं करता. How you behave, how your attitude, how you deal with people, how you deal with your security guards, how you deal with the gardener at your place, और how you deal with the people on the road, this is also what matters. ओके, तो क्वालिफिकेशन होना बड़ी बात नहीं है. अपने आप से, और मैं बोलूंगी हमेशा हम्बल रहिए, डाउन टू अर्थ रहिए, बिकॉज वी नेवर नो व्हेन व्हाट कैन हैपन टू अस. ओके, सो इट इज जस्ट अ क्वालिफिकेशन. आई डोंट से डोंट बी प्राउड अबाउट योर अचीवमेंट, बी प्राउड, बट स्टे हम्बल. ओके, सब नेट सेट हो जाते, सब पीएचडी हो जाते, बट व्हाट टेक्स अप us to the higher level, I'll say your behavior and how you deal with people. Okay, a good leader will never flaunt his attitude. A good team leader, a good senior leader, a good HOD, a good person will always ensure that team साथ में चले. और बहुत प्यारा एक स्टेटस है जो कहता है, मतलब मैंने किसी के स्टेटस पर पढ़ा है कि अच्छा लीडर वो है जो टीम को ऐसे लेके चले कि पता ही नहीं लगे लीडर कौन है. मतलब सभी लीडर है, सभी मेहनत करो, सभी आगे बढ़ रहे. ओके, तो ये थोड़ा मेरी तरफ से था एक पॉजिटिविटी पर नोट पर. आपको मेरी बात का कोई बुरा लगा है तो मेरी तरफ से सॉरी, बट यस, जब मैं नेट सेट को पढ़ाती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है इट इज माई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, बिकॉज वी ऑल आर टीचर्स, irrespective of my age. If I'm quite younger than you, then it's okay. But yes, अगर हम जितने हम्बल रहेंगे, जितना ग्रेटिट्यूड रखेंगे, उतना लाइफ में हम सक्सेसफुल होंगे. ओके, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay, so here the correct answer has to be explanatory research. Now let's read a little about explanatory research. Attempts to clarify why and how there's a relationship between two or more aspects of a situation or phenomenon. Explanatory research attempts to identify the actual reasons of phenomenon, but it is nowhere trying to explaining the cause. An example of explanatory research would be a study that finds that Christian couples are twice as likely to divorce as Jewish couples. Okay, so this is just an example I've taken from the internet. I always give the source because as a good researcher, as a good teacher, we should always mention from where we have taken anything. Okay, it is a very good ethical practice, I'll say, and you all know, if there is any, I'll say, if I am doing any something wrong and ethical practice, then I may even lose my job, and I would never like to do that. Okay, so just stay humble and always be ethical. So let's understand what is deductive versus inductive. This I've already explained in my previous video. I'm going to discuss it today within the logic session as well. So time being, just take a screenshot. I'm going to discuss this. And something I mentioned on the right hand side, what is DGP, what is DGS, what is IPG, what is ICI, just take a note of it. I'm going to explain. Here D refers to deductive. Under deductive, we go for general to particular. Okay, or I put a slash, it means either it is DGP or it is DGS. So D stands for deductive, G stands for general. Okay, and yeah, here it is deductive, D is deductive, G is general, and particular. Okay, now here D again stands for deductive, G again for stray, but instead of particular we can mention it as specific also. So either we use the word particular or specific, they are interchangeably, they mean the one and the same thing. Now what is IPG? I here refers to inductive method. I Under inductive method we go from particular to general. Okay, or under inductive method we go from specific to general. Now what is particular and why the other word for particular is specific, or what is general and what is the other word for general? It is generally universal. I'm going to explain in my coming questions. Okay, so काइंडली सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल, मेरी वीडियो के साथ बने रहिए, मेरे हर वीडियो के सेशन को पार्ट वाइज स्टडी कीजिए, तो आप भी इजीली कॉन्सेप्ट्स को स्टडी करेंगे और क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे. आगे बढ़ते वैलिडिटी वर्सेस रिलायबिलिटी. दिस इज ऑल्सो समथिंग विच आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू इन डेप्थ with questions, but in not today, in the coming sessions. This is just questions have been directly asked. What do you mean by validity? Once you are pursuing research, you will understand validity and reliability in depth. Okay, as of now, let's just read it. What is validity? Extent to which a test measures and what it claims to measure. See, when you're not pursuing research, it will go as a bouncer. Yes, there is a possibility when if you are doing research then also you don't know, but don't worry, we are always learners. So कुछ नहीं आता है तो उसको सीख लीजिए. Never hesitate to learn. Even I am at the learner stage. I cannot even say I'm a teacher. I always refer to as my learner of commerce. रोज कुछ सीखते और सिखाते. So what is validity? Extent to which a test measures and what it claims to measure. Reliability is consistency of the test result. Consistency. Okay. When I say Virat Kohli is consistent when he is always performing, I'll say um, helping, his performance always helps India win. Okay, so your results are consistent. Another example, a student is scoring 30% and suddenly he starts scoring 60%. So that is not consistent. 30% वाला 30 लाएगा तो consistent है, 60% वाला 60 लाएगा तो consistent है, 75 वाला 80 लाएगा, 85 लाएगा तो consistently उसकी progress हो रही है. Validity measures whether the extent to which the test aims to measure is achieved. What is reliability? Measures whether the test gives consistent results at its outcome. Validity, there are two types of internal validity and external validity. What is reliability? There are two types of internal reliability and external. देखिए तो ये मैंने क्यों रखा है, what is my aim or why I have deliberately put this image as a slide. My only this is a answer to all my students who always ask me, ma'am, whether can I study the questions. So I always say, if you have been academically bright student at your undergraduate or postgraduate level, then definitely you can start with questions. But suppose you are appearing for net examination after a gap of 10 years, you have completed your masters in 2014 and maybe probability it is you are entering into teaching field today. So after 10 years, you won't be remembering a single thing. Okay, so you need to go back to your basics before you start preparing for net examination. If you are an immediate fresh pass out, okay, you just completed your post graduation, and then definitely yes, you can start with MCQs provided you have been a good student. When I use the word good student, it means you were good with academics. सब कुछ छोड़ के गए थे सिर्फ पास होने के लिए, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, yes. Eligibility, okay. Eligibility is 55% once you clear your part 1, MCOM or whatever masters you are pursuing, you are eligible to appear for this examination provided you have 55% round off. Yes. Okay, take a screenshot. So this concept abhi nahi samajh aayega. I'm going to explain you soon in my coming videos with the help of questions. And this is also very relevant for your PhD entrance test, or if you're pursuing PhD, what is validity and what is reliability. Okay, just for this is net set. Yes, what is reliability, was validity. From this also you can solve the question. Moving on to the unit number 3, this is comprehension. Today I'll discuss comprehension. I generally never solve this question for my students because I believe that बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, कर ही पाएंगे. But today I want to show the technique, how to study it, how we can solve it very easily. Yes. Now, what is the comprehension? A passage is given to you. Now, as I'm from the commerce background, I have the commerce question paper. So just remember that what is the challenges? Suppose you are from a background, from science background, and then your question is given something on related to medicine, then you will find it easier. But suppose if the question is related to some commercial terms, some amalgamation, joint venture, so there's a possibility you could have never you have never been to understood those concepts or you are not aware of this concept. Okay, I'm saying there's a possibility. If you're a well-read person, then definitely does not matter. But if you don't know what is amalgamation and you are from a science background, then it becomes a little tricky for you. Another thing is for this questions, comprehension passage, the only key to success is reading and reading and reading. Ensure that each month, okay, if you're practicing, each month you solve 5 to 6 passages, the only best way to study. Okay, otherwise it is very difficult. And if your vocabulary is weak, or I'll say if your English is weak, not only English, the language in which you are going to appear for the examination. सपोज आप हिंदी में अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं और आपको हिंदी के शब्दावली नहीं आते तो फिर आपको तब भी डिफिकल्ट पड़ेगा. और सपोज अगर मैं आपको बात करूं कि आप कॉमर्स के हैं तो आपको दूसरे कॉन्सेप्ट्स नहीं समझ आ रहे, ठीक है. अब जनरली मैनेजमेंट और कॉमर्स वालों को वो स्ट्रेस के ऊपर पूछ सकते हैं. ओके, तो अभी रीड करते क्वेश्चन. रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज केयरफुली एंड आंसर क्वेश्चंस 11 to 5. देयर आर टू वेज, आइदर यू कैन रीड द पैसेज फर्स्ट और यू कैन रीड द क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट. माय स्ट्रेटजी इज टू रीड द क्वेश्चन first because once I read the question, I know what to look in the passage, which words I should identify. So let's quickly give another thing. What I would suggest is whenever you are preparing for net examination, you are at home, you are studying, AC लगा के मस्त बैठे, खाना पीना साथ में खा रहे. Ensure that whenever you are solving the questions, you are focusing on time management also. The only thing is जब घर में पढ़ते हैं तो टेंशन नहीं होती है. But when you are at the exam, if you are under pressure, then even if you know the question, then you may not be able to answer because you are under pressure. Okay, so analyze. You are preparing for any competitive exam, irrespective whether you are preparing for net examination or whichever examination, just respect time management. And another thing, for net examination, we are not supposed to use the calculator. You cannot carry a calculator inside the room. So whenever you're practicing practical questions, ensure that you're solving them by yourself and not with the use of a calculator. Now let's read the question. Singapore has long advocated for India to take up its role as an integral part of the region. So this passage is something about Singapore and India. It is gratifying to see how ASEAN, if you're a commerce student, management student, you must know what is ASEAN. It is a bloc. The full form is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. How to study for NetSet? Just remember, ASEAN is a commerce syllabus. It is asked in paper 2. From which unit? You need to remember whether we have studied in economics, whether we have studied in marketing, whether we have studied in business environment, whether we have studied in commerce. So this is how the beauty of net is. One syllabus can be very much connected to the another part, overlap. Okay, so ASEN. Now, when I read the word ASEN, you should immediately remember, if you're from commerce background, you should know the full form, how many countries, observer countries, which countries in addition, or which country has left the block, which block it is, how many countries are there. Okay, what was the main objective? So this have already been asked several times in the past papers. So let's read. It is gratifying to see how ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, India relations have grown during the past 25 years. So this passage describes the relationship between India and Association of Southeast Asian Nation within the past 25 years. Now my question to you, is India a part of this trading bloc? In 1991, when the Cold War ended, okay, yes, this question was only for commerce students, not for others. In 1991, when the Cold War ended and India began its economic liberalization. Now, see, why I've highlighted this? Because when I'm going to take you to the questions, these all are your answers. Singapore saw an opportunity to deepen its ties and build on its historical and cultural links with the Asian region. Singapore pushed for India to become a full ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation, dialogue partner in 1995 and joined the EAS in 1995. And since then, ASEAN. Now, why I'm repeating this? Because if you memorize, if you repeat with me, you will memorize today what is the full form of Association of Southeast Asian Nation. I always assume that you are a student who is appearing for the first time and you should know how to study. India ties have strengthened. All in all, around 30 platforms for cooperation exist. How many platforms? 30, including 7 ministerial dialogues and the annual leaders summit. Now, what is summit? You should be aware. Now, there can be a possibility of question कि ASEAN का summit कहाँ होने वाला है? SAARC, SAARC. Okay, another thing, what have come to my notice is NAFTA is one of the bloc. Okay, we have USA, Mexico, Canada. Then and NAFTA has been replaced by another word, another name. So you should be updated yourself. Yes, I know. If you're referring a textbook, you will not be aware. But if you're referring to a NetSet book, or if you're referring to a reference book, then definitely you know NAFTA is no longer called as NAFTA. Okay, just make it a habit to keep yourself upgraded. We are teachers. We need to keep ourselves upgraded. All in all, around 30 platforms of cooperation exist, including 7 minister dialogues and the annual leaders summit. However, there is scope for more and is a must. For instance, for example, there are tremendous opportunities enhancing physical and digital connectivity. So now the passage is talking that there are opportunities to enhance, to improve the physical and digital connectivity between India and, so physical is moving here to then, and yes, physical is transportation. Digital connectivity is phone, internet connection. ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation, I'm repeating it so that you memorize it, is committed to strengthening land, air, and sea linkages. This is transportation, physical movement. These linkages will enhance people-to-people flows as well as boost business, investment, tourism. If you are a research scholar, you should know that we can uh, take this as a research topic. Tourism, when I talk about tourism, we have sustainable tourism. If you have recently have been following news, you've seen now people are doing something called as, I'll say, they are going to the tourist spots, they are clicking pictures, and many people are dying. Okay, another thing, then we have seen that people are leaving the garbage, they are harming the environment. So never do that. Carry your carry your this bags. Again, not plastic bags which are environment friendly. Never go and spoil the tourist spot. इंडिया में हम हर जगह लव 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 लिखाते हैं, बट ऐसे नहीं कीजिए. अपने बॉयफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड का नाम अपने तक रखिए. मॉन्यूमेंट्स पर जाके मत लिख के आइए, कचरा मत कीजिए. वी ऑल नीड टू रिस्पेक्ट. अगर आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पढ़ते हैं तो ये फंडामेंटल राइट या ड्यूटी है? नहीं, ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी, हमको पता होना चाहिए. वो फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी और राइट भी है, बट फिर क्या आपको लगता है कि हम जिम्मेदारी नहीं ले सकते? वहां पर ट्रीज पर जाके तो आप किसको प्यार करते हो बताना जरूरी नहीं है. Moving on to the next, these linkages will enhance people-to-people flows as well as boost tourism, investment, and business. The Indian Man Thailand trilateral highway, to trilateral, 3 countries involved in India will connect India's northeast to mainland Southeast Asia. Northeast में कौन सी countries आती है? ठीक है, पहले से questions आते थे, river and all. Okay. यस, नेक्स्ट चलते हैं। While continuation of passage, while one can fly directly between India and several Asian countries, there is still much room to expand. तो कुछ कंट्रीज को हम डायरेक्टली एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, बट कुछ कंट्रीज को एक्सपांड करने की जरूरत है टू सपोर्ट ग्रोइंग बिजनेस एंड टूरिज्म बियॉन्ड फिजिकल लिंकेजेस। फिजिकल के अलावा डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी इज नाउ मच मोर फ्रंटेड इन द फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवल्यूशन। सो दैट टॉकिंग अबाउट द फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवल्यूशन। आप कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट है, व्हाट इज इंडस्ट्री 4.0, व्हाट इज इंडस्ट्री 5.0, वो भी पढ़ के जाइए, क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। India has made great progress in innovation, startups, and digital. So they're talking about innovation, startups. Now, what are startups? What is the government doing for startups? Now, I'll say there's a bubble burst as well. There are so many startups which have ended. Suppose if you're pursuing research and you have taken a topic on startups, you may never know the startup may end before your PhD ends. So choose your topic wisely. And digital inclusion, how many people of us are digital literate? I won't say only literate, digital literate. There are many people like me who don't trust online activities. So there's a possibility I may not be digital literate, but I'm literate. There are opportunities to apply initiatives such as Aadhaar on a region, e-commerce and fintech. E-commerce and fintech are one of the two best topics now. I'll say digitalization, we all know. See, when you are pursuing research, ensure that the topic is not been repeated again and again, because then you cannot bring something new, or you cannot contribute something to the society. So ensure if you're working on a topic related to e-commerce, it is adding something to the literature as well as to the society. Try to check it from another angle. Two other areas of potential collaboration as an economic hub is Singapore. So Singapore has been referred as an economic hub, can serve as a springboard to launch these ideas to Southeast Asia and beyond. India's role in ASEAN should be anchored by growing economic ties with Singapore. Yes, ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. How many nations are there? How many countries are there? The name, the year. ओके ये सब क्वेश्चन आते हैं, सिंपल क्वेश्चन आता है कॉमर्स में। आप बताइए इनमें से कौन सी एशियन ब्लॉक के अंदर कंट्रीज नहीं है, एंड देन वी आर not aware. The economic integration involving 16 countries with one third of global GDP and trade will create an integrated Asian market. Okay, so that all for the questions. Let's move on to the questions. What is needed to encourage tourism between India and Asia? Just air links. ठीक है, अभी मैंने आपको पढ़ाया व्हाट इज नीडेड टू एनकरेज टूरिज्म बढ़ाने के लिए इंडिया और एशियन कंट्रीज में क्या चाहिए। ये देखिए उन्होंने लिखा है ना यहाँ पर, एशियन इज कमिटेड टू स्ट्रेंथनिंग लैंड एयर। कैसे पता लगा? बूस्ट बिजनेस इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड टूरिज्म। सी सो मुझे पैसेज अच्छे से पढ़ा था तो तुरंत मिल गया आंसर। नेक्स्ट, द एरियाज ऑफ कोलैबोरेशन, अभी जो मैंने लास्ट में पढ़ा, फिनटेक, तो फिनटेक, ई कॉमर्स, आधार, स्टार्टअप्स, डिजिटल इंक्लूजन। देखिए तो देखते हैं, फिनटेक, आधार, ई कॉमर्स, डिजिटल बैकवर्डनेस कहीं पर भी नहीं, इनफैक्ट वी आर प्रमोटिंग डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी। ट्राइलेटर हाईवेज लिखा था आगे पैसेज में, फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवल्यूशन। यहाँ पर आपको क्या चेक करना है कि ऑप्शंस में आप जाते हो, चार ही कोडिंग दी ABCD, भले आपको ऑप्शंस में क्वेश्चन में कितने स्टेटमेंट्स है ABCD, बट ऑप्शन हमारे चार ही है। तो फिनटेक हैज टू बी द आंसर। हमने पैसेज में पढ़ा, आधार भी पढ़ा, ई कॉमर्स भी पढ़ा, तो A, B और C आंसर में आने चाहिए। तो A, B, C, LC मैंने मार्क किया हुआ यहाँ पर आंसर। कोडिंग बी नहीं हो सकती क्योंकि उसमें ए ऑप्शन नहीं है, सी में बी ऑप्शन नहीं है तो ये भी नहीं होगा, और डी में आपके पास ए नहीं है। तो डेफिनेटली दिस इज द स्ट्रेटेजी। देन आई वाज श्योर दैट फिनटेक हैज टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द आंसर एंड ए ऑप्शन इज ओनली इन द ऑप्शन नंबर ए। आप देखिए बाकी कोडिंग में ए वाला ऑप्शन ही नहीं है, सॉरी बी में नहीं है, सी में बी नहीं है, सी में बी आधार वाला ऑप्शन नहीं है, और डी में आपके पास ए नहीं है। ठीक है, सो दिस इज हाउ टू एलिमिनेट द स्ट्रेटेजी। व्हाट प्रॉम्प्टेड सिंगापुर टू ऑफर स्ट्रॉन्गर टाइज, ये हमने सेकंड पैराग्राफ में पढ़ लिया था। सबसे पहले हमने पढ़ा था इंडिया बिगेट्स इन इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन, तो मैंने यहाँ पर मार्क कर दिया। ओके, यस, सो यू शुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द पैसेज, योर कमांड, योर लैंग्वेज, एंड जब भी आप पढ़ रहे हो एग्जाम में एक बार कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से पढ़िए। इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन, जियोपॉलिटिकल कहीं पर भी नहीं लिखा था, एंड ऑफ कोल्ड वॉर लिखा था, हिस्टोरिकल पास्ट नहीं लिखा था। मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट, हु कैन बी इंडियाज लॉन्च पैड फॉर एन इंटीग्रेटेड एशियन मार्केट एज पर द पैसेज? सिंगापुर। यस, द पैसेज इज ओनली ऑन सिंगापुर। आई एम लिटिल फास्ट बिकॉज मैंने आपको आंसर भी मार्क कर दिया, यू कैन स्टडी एंड द कमिटमेंट ऑफ एशियन विद इंडिया इज इंप्रूविंग ट्रांसपोर्ट लिंक्स, हमने पढ़ा था, वहां पर डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी बोले और ट्रांसपोर्ट, तो यहाँ पर करेक्ट आंसर। अब हम चलते पैसेज पर। तो व्हाट वाज माय सजेशन वाज, व्हाट आई डू, आई क्विकली ऑलवेज फर्स्ट रीड द क्वेश्चंस। दिस टाइम अगेन इफ द एग्जाम विल बी, इट विल बी ऑनलाइन मोड एज stated by NTA, but I'm not sure. In the when you're appearing for offline, you have always an option to mark, okay, on the paper, but when you're appearing for the computer based testing, then definitely you can remember that कि एयरलिंक्स वहां पर हाईलाइट किया था, आधार देखा था। ओके, so what I'll always suggest is you can either go to the questions and then quickly come to the passage, or whatever you like. And so here what is command over the language, you can easily score 10 marks. One passage is always the summary, or they ask कि इस क्वेश्चन को क्या हम बोल सकते हैं, मतलब इस पैसेज को क्या डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं। सो 4 क्वेश्चंस तो कंफर्म आपकी करेक्ट जाएंगे, सो 8 मार्क्स आर इन योर हैंड्स। नेवर लूज दिस कॉम्प्रिहेंशन पैसेज, द ओनली थिंग इज रीड रीड रीड, प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस, बिकॉज इफ यू थिंक कि बचपन से करते आप तक हो जाएगा, तो ऐसा नहीं है। The challenge could be you're from commerce. The question has been asked on psychology, which is very difficult for you. The question has been based on science. You don't know the problems. Okay, suppose it is related to the body, then you are definitely not able to understand it. So there's a quite possibility. So it is always said a well-read person can easily solve questions, can easily talk to people, can easily interact and command respect. So always ensure you read a lot. Yes, बातें भी करते हैं, but reading भी जरूरी। Okay, so that's all for now. In my next session, so today I've covered teaching aptitude, I've covered research aptitude, okay, and I've covered the third unit. So in the next coming session, I will discuss the unit number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So अगर आप मेरे चैनल पर फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहे हैं, मैं मिस कवलप्रीत हूँ, मैं यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मुंबई से एसोसिएटेड हूँ। आई एम ए लर्नर ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मुंबई। आप मेरे चैनल से जुड़ जाइए। अगर आपको मेरे सेशन पसंद आ रहे हैं तो अपने फ्रेंड्स, कलीग्स, अंडर ग्रेजुएट, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट से भी शेयर कीजिए। और आपको लगता है अगर मैं आपकी हेल्प कर सकती हूँ, मैं रिसर्च के लिए भी मैंने प्लेलिस्ट बनाई है। और अभी जैसे मुझे पता है पीएचडी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट आ रहा है, या मैं बोलूँ आप नेट के लिए प्रिपेयर करें, तो आपको मेरा चैनल जरूर यूजफुल होगा। हेल्प मी रीच टू अ वाइडर ऑडियंस। मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल द बेस्ट। मैं कोशिश करूंगी आपको पढ़ाती रहूं। ठीक है, मेरी रिसेंटली तबीयत खराब थी तो मैं सेशंस नहीं कर पाई थी, बट यस विल मीट सून एंड गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल द बेस्ट, मे ऑल यू क्वालिफाई।